this past weekend we were invited by GoFish Magazine to compete in the Quattro King of the Sea competition, which was hosted at Pumula Hotel.
Now we knew it was going to be an interesting comp, judging by what Wind Guru had predicted for the weekend.
One of the cool things about registration is the amount of sponsors that get involved in these events, and they have heaps of prizes and lucky draws.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole weekend, whenever the guys were on the marks, they were giving away stuff. Lucky draws, winners, holiday here, free weekend there, lures, cool t-shirts.
So this was the first comp where Dick and I fished that has both boats, jet skis and kayaks, so it was really nice to meet the different guys from the different facets, and it was a great turnout.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys and everyone was really keen, and there have been talks about the Pumula comp being one of the best comps on the Durban scene, so it was really exciting stuff. So we woke up to a beautiful sunrise on the Saturday morning, but the conditions were appalling to say the least. The surf was cranking, you could see the wind on the horizon coming, and it was just not pleasant at all.
So only a few guys launched, and for good reason. There was a sandbank breaking further out. The swell had come up from Cape Town. It was about 3.5 meters at the sets. It was just a mess. The east was blowing, it was just washy, and Dick and I have never fished this particular spot, so we decided not to launch.
Yeah, I mean, when you just know your limits, and when you feel uncomfortable at the place, there's rocks in places that you don't even know about, it's still a bit dark, the sun's coming up, and it's just not nice.
A little bit tricky, I think. You have to time it right. But another corner there is not too bad. Come, we're gonna go. You're gonna come with me, eh?
There were a good few soldiers that did try and launch, and one of our good friends, old Rowan Coleman, managed to get out somehow right in front of Pumula Hotel. So speaking to a few of the brave kayakers that did manage to get out, and the one thing they did say that when they were out there, the one thing that was on their mind the whole time was how were they going to come in? How were they going to get back to beach and get back to the cars in that big scary surf?
So the east blew all day, it just got harder and harder, and the conditions just looked worse and worse. But I checked my phone, and Wind Guru had forecast a sneaky little west we were hoping would come through and clean it up, so all the fishermen were fingers crossed. As you know, Dick and I haven't caught a fish in a while, and we had to rely on a simulator to remind us what that feeling's like.
It was so lifelike. Okay, you're on a flick stick, but you're looking at the screen, and it then would select which fish that you're going to catch. And it fought exactly the same as a sailfish would fight. I mean, I thought I was catching a fish. After 30 minutes, your arms are dead, you're pumped, but you don't have a fish.
woke up on day 2 and where our room was right on the beach, so you could just hear the surf pounding, and I went back to sleep for a bit.
Yeah, you could hear if there weren't that many fishermen as we're walking around on the second morning. But when we did get up and we did go down to the beach, the water looked amazing, but the surf was still pounding. But Wez and I managed to find a sneaky little gully that just had the perfect break that we could make it out. So Wez and I got sabotaged on Sunday morning, and someone managed to steal the key for the room where all the bait was, so we didn't manage to get our stinky wallers. So nonetheless, we decided to go look for live baits on the shark nets, where I managed to find 2 interesting new creatures that I'm not quite too sure. They were a koi fish with a goatee.
I had no luck with live bait, so I decided to rather beg for bait. So I started paddling as deep as I could to try to find some of the other paddlers out there. And there were 3 guys that were willing enough in a comp to give me bait. I was pretty stoked.
I was very surprised that you got anything.
I got a whole bag of Jap Max. I got, thanks to Mark Hicks, the smelliest razor belly I've ever known. And some mackerel from Pistol Pete.
So Wez and I are out there fishing, and with the big surf, there's big swells out there. We're about 50 meters away from each other, and every now and then you would kind of lose each other in the swells. And I look over and Wez is busy, I don't know if he was getting water out of his seat or something. And then the next time I saw him again, he was busy swimming as hard as he could, trying to get back on his kayak. I had no idea what he was doing, but it looked hilarious. The only action I managed to get was a whole string of those little pinkies. So I put one of those guys out and I managed to get some shark, some big shark. So it was another blank for the freaks.
Number 13 for me.
And number 11 for me. Good fisherman. We're going to start calling the show the Fitness Freaks.
So we beached, but the swell was still there, so a lot of the guys went back out and got some good waves.
Yeah, they look like they're having fun out there.
So some of the fish started coming in, and one of the first fish we saw was a massive tuna. It was like 25 kilos.
It was big.
So while the fish were coming in, Dick and I decided to grab some lunch.
More food. Okay, so the way the comp was laid out was to be the Quattro King of the sea, you had to bring in the biggest tuna, wahoo, kuta or snook. Then it got divided into the subcategories for whoever then had the biggest fish out of that same weight would go for the kayak, jet ski and then ski boat as well for their separate.
So the winning fish to take home King of the Sea prize of the boat was the 25 kilo tuna. And for the kayaks, Pistol Pete got 2 nice kuta and that won himself biggest fish in kayak and most combined weight for species of fish. Dick and I had a great time at Pumula down the south coast.
Yeah, what an awesome competition. Big thank you to Kirk and to Brendan for such an awesome event.
Yeah, GoFish, they really did a lot to organise that. Quattro were one of the main sponsors.
Yeah, and big up to all the sponsors. I mean, without you guys, we don't have these kind of competitions, so big up and thank you. Keep on supporting.